توكيدها وقد جعلتم الله عليكم كفيلا إن الله يعلم ما تفعلون ولا تكونوا كالتي نقضت غزلها من بعد قوة كثرة تتخذون أيمانكم دخلا بينكم أن تكون أمة هي أربى من أمة إنما يبلغكم الله به ولا يبينن لكم يوم القيامة ما كنتم فيه تختلفون ولو شاء الله لجعلكم أمة واحدة ولكن يضل من يشاء ويهدي من يشاء ولتسألن عما كنتم تعملون صدق الله العظيم.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. Verily Allah joins the justice and worshipping none but Allah alone. Islamic monotheism. And al-ihsan is that to be patient and perform your duties to Allah totally for Allah's sake and in accordance with the legal way of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and a perfect manner in giving help to kith and kin is that all what Allah has ordered you to give them, example, wealth, visiting, looking after them, or anything kind of help, and forbids all fahsha, is that all evil deeds are examples, illegal sexual acts, disobedience of parents, polytheism, to tell lies, to give false witness, to kill life without right. In al-Munkar, by law, polytheism of every kind, disbelief in every kind of evil deeds, and al-Bali, all kinds of oppression. He admonishes you that you may take heed, and fulfill the covenant of Allah, a pledge of Islam, when you have covenanted and break not the oaths after you have confirmed them, and indeed you have appointed Allah your sorority. Verily, Allah knows what you do. And be not like her who undoes the thread which she has spun after it has become strong, but taking your oath and means of deception among yourselves. Thus a nation may be more numerous, and then another nation Allah may test you by this. Who obeys Allah fulfills Allah's covenant, and who disobeys Allah and breaks Allah's covenant.
Takbir!
Allahu Akbar.
Takbir!
Allahu Akbar.
Alhamdulillah, you can see our youngsters are very fluent in Arabic and English, mashallah. Takbir. Brother Sharaf, where are the gifts for our reciters? He's sending me all the way from Ibadan, right? Okay, inshallah, we'll give you your gifts later. Thank you very much. Alhamdulillah, Rabbil Alameen. So, moving on. We're welcoming everybody that's here today. We know why we're here. We know we want to welcome two sets of people, two group of people. One are those who have just gone on Hajj and back, and the other set are those people wearing caps and all that stuff today. Gown. I wish I could be wearing that gown today too.
That's because I have mine, inshallah.
Where's my own gown? Now you guys are not. You're partial. Where's my gown?
It's never too late to go back to school. It's really never too late.
Yes. I will go back to school very soon, inshallah. Okay. So, but before I go back to school, there's still a long way between now and then. Um, please, I'm asking all people who have gone on Hajj this year to please step forward. I'm begging you. All Ujajs, please. Alaja international trip, Emma Bobby. Alaja international trip, Emma Sano. All Ujajs, please come forward, please. We want to acknowledge your presence here, please. Alaji Tosin, Adam. Elijah Adam. Where's his wife now? Okay. Elijah International. What do I need? Kí lẹ́yìn náà ṣe ń jókòó? Ẹ dìde ẹ máa bọ̀. Alájà àwọn alájà sì kàn ń bí alájà Adésọ̀yẹ̀ máa bọ̀. Ó ga jù. Allahu Akbar. There's somebody missing. Oh. Why is he? Okay. Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah. Why is it every time tí a bá ti ní kí a ṣe nǹkan báyìí àwọn obìnrin máa ń ra nọ́mbà àwọn ọkùnrin ẹ ti wò ó. Allahu Akbar. Mo dẹ̀ like reply wọn náà máa pọ̀ ju alùpàlùjọ náà. Allahu Akbar. Òótọ́ ni náà is your fault you did not go. By balance ẹ̀yin náà wá fìdí hẹ́. Alhamdulillah. So Alhamdulillah, this is the name of Allah on this community. We know there are more people that went, but these are the only few ones. Only got the name missing. But inshallah, we'll keep acknowledging them and celebrating every one of us. So one thing, one question for you, I have questions for you before we celebrate you. I remember my first Hajj and my only Hajj so far. Okay, first Hajj. Inshallah, I'll do many more Hajj in my life. Inshallah. So I remember my first Hajj. There was one particular event that it stood out for me. I don't want to reveal it now. One particular event, one particular incident, one particular thing that stood out for me, right? I know it. I can still remember it because I wrote a long article about it. So, but for you guys, who is going to go first? Who can tell me one thing that stood out with regards to their Hajj?
Muzdalifa for sure. Um, um, yeah. So do you want me like? Oh yeah. For me, I was just so emotional, just because just seeing everybody like lying there, and it was just like a reflection that we are nothing. So why are we all the stress of this life? We're all gonna be buried. We're gonna go down there at some point. Whether you're a billionaire, you're Bill Gates, whoever, like everybody was just out in the open. So I couldn't even close my eyes for a second. I was just looking around like, wow, this is it. So what is the point? Instead for us to get closer to our creator and just, do our best to just comply with all of his orders, on us.
Yes. So somebody to put in proper context. In context. So Muzdalifa is where you go, regardless of who you are, you're going to sleep on the bare floor, not on the mat, on the dirt. You're going to sleep on dirt, and so there's no comfort at all. And you see the kings, the queens of this world, they're sleeping next to you on that dirt. For me, it stood out, and I'm glad that it stood out for every one of them. Yeah, you wanted to add something?
Yeah, it's just because
If microphone turn on.
everything in Hajj has class except Muzdalifa. There's a VIP. There's when oh everything. No, you belong to the Nigeria side. Oh, you belong to the US side. But in Muzdalifa, you belong to Allah side.
Everyone is the same.
So that's why it was something to behold. I cried. It will bring that to you. Like you said, you're so much, you're this big, but you're nothing before Allah. You're nothing unless you don't want your heart to be complete. If you say come, like whatever you bring, you will have to bring yourself at that point, particular time or at that particular point in time. You have to bring yourself to Allah. That's just what I wanted to have.
So when you are pushing Kaaba, was that the first time? That's not the first time you went.
The first time I shared tears. Even
On
now
their
I
Kaaba.
shed tears because the journey wouldn't have been possible for me.
Allah
So when I
Akbar.
joined, this is it.
This is the fulfillment of a dua. I had somebody went to
And
Umrah
that's
to
why
pay
I
to
was
go
a
to
bit
Hajj. I had somebody went to Umrah to pay to go to Hajj. And
yeah.
Allah granted it. That's somebody.
That's because four times I have said I wanted to go to Hajj, and four times Allah has failed me.
Allah
Four.
did not fail you. And
Allah didn't call
Allah
me.
granted your dua, but held it back.
Allah didn't call me, but I wanted to do it. I really wanted, and almost even at this time too, it was almost gonna be impossible. I already sent text messages to my close friends that, well, I think I'm gonna be coming back home. I'm gonna be coming back home because they weren't gonna take me. They said it is cold. You are not gonna lie. We are not taking you. And I can say, okay, now I have Umrah visa. I am going for a pilgrim. I said, I walk down there, materially, what I'm going to do, I'm going for pilgrim. I'm going to act, run and out. And then I was told, well, by the time we take you and you get down to Jeddah, Jeddah is going to be closed. We cannot take you.
Allah Akbar.
And I said, what? I didn't even tell people I was there. And there's this thing that kept coming on to me. My sister, my stepsister in Canada, I had spoken to her and I said, I'm going for Hajj. And at that point in time, she come brought it to me like, oh, maybe she told her mother.
Allah Akbar.
And her
Astaghfirullah.
mother is here, wait for you. And I said, I was debating with myself. I said, four times I didn't tell her. And four times Allah never made it possible for me. So it couldn't have been that. It could just be it's not yet time. So I texted my friend. I said, I'm coming back home because they weren't gonna take me. And they said, and I said from the text, somebody saw the text, and I was even beefing with her like, you saw the text and you didn't call me. You called your husband in the US to inform me of my flight. But I said I will have it.
Allah Jamil Kabo.
Time. If it's your
Okay.
time, it's your time.
Thank
So
you.
that's where the worldwide came in.
Uh-huh. Àti rí àwọn kan tẹ́ pé because wọ́n bínú ṣetán gan tó bá lọ sí Jamra báyìí the way they throw that stone with vengeance. Brothers, how did you throw your own stone? The way they throw that stone with vengeance ẹ ṣe ọba bá lè ṣe sọ̀kò yìí.
So for me, one of the biggest things for me was the races and the people that come from all over the world. It's just mind blowing. Like you see Chinese people, Asians, Africans, like pretty much everybody. That just always reminds me that we're all one. We worship Allah Subhanahu wa Taala, and we're all the same. So no matter your color of your skin, um, your your race, you still belong to Allah Subhanahu wa Taala. So that's really big for me. So
Tẹ́gbẹ́ ẹ kí àwọn alájà àdéṣà náà fi kún fún ọ̀rọ̀ sí ẹ bá dá sí anyone tó bá fẹ́ dá sí. Ṣé first àjíní mà?
This was my first time.
Mashallah.
So,
Bọ́dẹ̀ tí mo tún múra tẹ̀ padà yìí. Ẹ tí lọ rí. Ẹ̀yin kan náà ká wá bẹ̀rẹ̀ experience wọn yìí. Ṣé nígbà tó kọrí ká máa tó ṣẹlẹ̀? How do you feel?
I cried.
Mashallah.
So because I have actually my own prayer request. So as soon as I saw that birthday, I cried. But I made sure I did what I was supposed to do. Our what was it? Our how do they call it? Our chaplain was there with us, and he was a really nice man. So that was the first one. Then the other one was still the same Mustalifa. Then the Mina too. Well, I shouldn't say that. Maybe there was a difference between
The Mina one is different money.
Like celebrity or you are just ordinary people. Yeah, we saw some celebrity too. That you were in the same sense. So that was a touching point for me because I thought I wouldn't be able to, but I wasn't even planning. As of January, I thought I wouldn't go because I didn't have any plan to go to Hajj. So some of my friends was like, "You have the money, why didn't you go?" I said, "What am I going to do? It's not my turn. Allah will call me. He hasn't called me." But even this nusuk, I tried. I tried to go. I tried several times, but it wasn't successful. So I thought I already lost hope. I said, I'm not going this year. So maybe next year. I didn't want to go anyway.
Sisters,
But
Sisters at the
miraculously,
back.
something happened. I don't know. Somebody just called me. This Elijah Worldwide was like,
Alaja
why
worldwide.
don't you try brother? I won't mention the name. That is doing the same hard thing. So I thought
The Kulu brother.
Dean. So I
Uh-huh.
called him. He said, "Oh, I will
There's
help
no
you
harm
with
in
your
it.
new soak, and don't worry about it." So, well, I said, "I've promised Allah that I would never go through Nigeria. I'm going in America because if I want to go through Nigeria, I know I can go free. But no, I'm not going through Nigeria methods like America." But he said, "Don't worry, you're going to enjoy it.
Okay.
Your hotel will be close to Kaaba." So when actually I was glad I went with him because he was
Alhamdulillah.
there
I
and
say God.
our hotel was close to Kaaba. I was
Thank
able
you.
to do my tawaf as much as I
Alhamdulillah.
like. So
So thank you very much. You can see uh the cast of our Ujaj this year. Are you raising a hand for question? You're just stretching. I like that long reach. Alhamdulillah, you can see the cast, our cast for Ujaj this year. May Allah continue to bless this community. Inshallah, next year I will be part of Ujaj. I will be part of the Ujaj. Are you going to be part of the Ujaj next year? Say Amin. Amin, inshallah. Eh? Okay, 30 seconds comment.
Okay. Well, yeah. I agree with all the Mustafa and the things that were most. But I had one or two more. One, the day of Arafah this year, there in Saudi Arabia, there was a heat warning in Saudi Arabia on the day of Arafah this year. And you can imagine we're in Saudi Arabia, it's already hot. And then you have a heat warning on top of that. So the day of Arafah, we were supposed to be in a heat in air conditioned tent, but that air condition, I don't know, do anything. That day is I felt the most intense heat I've ever felt in my life.
Allah.
But I pray that that Allah grant us all a Jannah to Paradise that we never
Amin.
uh see the hellfire.
Amin.
Uh,
That's
and
it. That's it.
and lastly, um, we did see evidence while we were there of people's dua getting accepted on the day of Arafah, mashallah. So
MashaAllah.
if you haven't been there, please
Please go.
uh, put it in your intention
Please
and
go.
Allah will make it
Do
easy.
not wait till you get old. Am I okay to pay 50? No. Don't say you wait 60. If you are 20 years old and you have the means to go to Hajj or Umrah, go. If you are even 18 years old, go. You put your head of the curve. That's what you should know. Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdika, ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta, astaghfiruka wa atubu ilaik. Aduke go. Thank you very much. Hello, Judge. Thank you. Thank you. Thank me for them. All right. Alhamdulillah. So, Zainab, we want to introduce what's next.
Yes, so inshallah, we're going to be doing a little thing called Mumineen Got Talent, or we're going to be spotlighting one of our youth here at the Masjid who's done wonderful in high school, who's going to be doing wonderful things in college, inshallah. So I'd like to call up Sister Amina Adisa. Takbir?
Allahu Akbar. I want to call on my schoolmate. I want to call on my schoolmate. This is my schoolmate coming. You say I know I need to go to school. She's my schoolmate already. Huh? Are we not schoolmates? We are schoolmates,
No,
inshallah.
it's okay.
You want to explain to them why we're schoolmates?
I'm going to Rice University, and he went there already. So yeah.
Takbir.
Allahu Akbar.
All right. So, Alhamdulillah. You know, our daughter is she's well renowned for this word is going to twist my tongue, but I'll try it. Athleticism, right? MashaAllah. So, how many of you have women walk up? How many of you have followed women walk up? Oh? Soccer walk up. If you have not watched the soccer walk up, you must have seen Aziza Toshuala. You cannot deny that, brothers. Brothers, I'm not looking at you. Did you not see the picture of Aziza Oshuala? You did. But so it means you are following the women walk up. Thank you for your honesty. But there was another image that we did not pay attention to. The other image that we did not pay attention to is Nohela Benzina. Benzina, she's an Ijabi and she's playing for Morocco. Our daughter here is an Ijabi and she run what tell us what you do for Rice. In terms of athleticism. Give her.
I'm not.
Okay, wait. So basically, she ran track in high school, and she also played basketball and was part of multiple sports. So we're gonna ask her a few questions about how that went. So, can you tell us what your talent is? Like, what did you do? What athletes uh, sports did you play? I'm sorry, English don't be my first language. Um, so yeah, you can go ahead.
So I did three sports in high school. I did cross country, basketball, and track. And for track, I hurdled and I triple jumped. So I don't know if many of y'all know what that is. Like you basically do three jumps into like a sand pit. So it's a whole thing. But yeah,
So, what made you decide to go into all of these sports?
it was just inspiration. Like I looked up to my older sisters when I was younger. Like they were all into sports, and I wanted to be like them. And then I just continued doing it until high school. So yeah.
I know you said three sports, but like if you were to choose which one you say you did the best in that, which one that you really loved or enjoyed, which one would you pick?
I would choose track for sure because I was area champion this year for 100-meter hurdles.
Duck Bear, Duck Bear.
But yeah, I'm just proud of that way more than the other ones because it took a lot of determination. Like, because I was fasting sometimes during track meets, and like it took a lot of,
Allah.
but yeah, it took a lot of like, I don't know, just locking in and staying focused to get through it.
Duck Bear. So would you say you had like a mentor or a role model or someone that you really looked up to, especially during your track season that you would say like, this is someone I'd like to be, this is someone I aspire to be. Do you say you have something like
Yes, my coach, her name was Coach Rod. But yeah, she so I went to Hastings High School. But yeah, she coaches the cross country team and the track team, and she was just very inspirational. Like she helped me a lot, like while fasting and everything. She was there, like with food ready, like when it was time to break and all of that stuff. And she understood everything, and she was able to like accommodate to my needs and everything.
Um, so I see here you have this vice president, the little stove going on. So how would you say you balance, student council, sports, keeping your grades up because mashallah you're going to Rice University. How would you say you were able to juggle all of that?
I was able to juggle it by, I don't know, keeping a planner, keeping like, my schedule intact, always using like my phone calendar, all of that stuff. I just had to like keep my notes like tidy and everything. I'm a very organized person, so that definitely helped me. But yeah, I just recommend staying organized and then you could like not have any excuses with like forgetting what you have to do and all of your tasks. But yeah.
So last question. Would you, if you were to see your younger self, younger Amina, what advice would you give her? Or like what would something you would tell her? Like, all the years that you've been through, all the experiences that you've experienced, what would be one thing you tell like younger Amina?
Okay, I would tell myself to stay focused on what you can control because when I was younger, I always worried about other people's actions, but I need to worry more so on my reactions to their actions because that's the only thing I can control. So yeah,
Really good advice. So like if I were to ask you like to like race or like run,
no,
who y'all got? I'm sorry. Rafia has to be run. If it was me and Amina, who y'all got? I don't like the last. I don't like the last. I don't like the
you don't
last.
want to race me.
Okay, okay. Anyway, thank you so much, Sister Amina.
Jazakallah khair.
Takbir! Alhamdulillah. So that was very interesting. Alhamdulillah. Our speaker is here. He's going to come in shortly. Um, yes, you're going to do that. But before our speaker gets in here to sit down, we are going to use this opportunity to call on all the grads. But what I'm seeing something already. But maybe when the call comes, we'll see what I'm seeing. Okay. So, Sister Zena, we want to go ahead and call the grads.
Yeah. So if you are a graduate of the 2022-2023 school year, can you please line up in the back and we'll call you in, inshallah.
Let's go for the grand walk.
Graduate, graduate. Inshallah, just line up the best you can. Um, we're gonna play some tunes for y'all. Y'all gonna be able to walk in, inshallah. That's loud. You guys, no. Can you get a little louder for your ratchet, please? One more time. Takbir, takbir. One more takbir. So alhamdulillah, we're gathered here to, celebrate all the wonderful graduates that we have in our community. Woo! You guys can also clap for yourselves.
Takbir, mashallah, my brothers. Don't let us be, don't let us be, don't feel sad, though, brothers. Towards the end of the world, what did he say? How many women to one man? How many women to one man?
It's never a competition, really. It's never a
Uh,
competition.
uh,
The
it's not a
crowd speaks
competition.
for itself.
Allah, my
The
sisters,
graduates speak for
my sisters
themselves.
looking beautiful, mashallah. My brothers looking handsome, but look at two boys, two guys. Allah Akbar, Allah, Allah Akbar. So it's the name of Allah, Alhamdulillah. So
Alhamdulillah.
you're good.
So,
Okay, go ahead, go ahead.
okay, so inshallah, um, let me. I'll wait for y'all to take y'all's photos. Inshallah.